So in the yesterday's session, we have created a function module to select data from EKKO table, right? And display the output. We have also created a function module for validation of company code. But yesterday we have selected the data of complete table fields, right? But usually we don't need all the fields of the table, right? Every time we select only required fields, whatever available. So today we'll create one example program to see how we are going to select only required data, required fields data. Okay. And for that, we'll take sales order data example. And let's go and check the data first. We'll take some input. You can take any input available in header data, order type or customer. Let's take customer number as input. Okay. What is the customer field?
Kunnar.
What is the field name of customer?
Kunnar.
Kunar, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Let's define a parameter with Kunar and let's validate it and let's display the data from sales order data tables. What are the tables? Tell me the sales order tables.
VBAK.
VBAK, VBAP. So for material data we have
MAKT.
MARA,
Anyari.
and for material text we have MAKT,
Getting.
and for delivery related information LIKP, LIPS. Okay, LIKP and LIPS. For partners of the sales order. Partners nothing but uh, how many of you ordered online some product?
All.
All of you have ordered, right? Have you guys observed when you are selecting the address? Have you guys observed two different addresses?
Yes, sir.
What are those?
Uh, Permanent address.
Shipping address, billing address, right? Shipping address is different, billing address is different, right? So you can see that in Amazon app or in the invoice also you can see the product invoice.
Yes, sir.
There will be shipping address and billing address.
Billing address.
So here also for sales order, so when a customer purchased something, a sales order will be created and the corresponding delivery records will also be created. And partner information. Partner nothing but the customer details. Here we call it as ship to party, bill to party. What is ship to party? What is bill to party?
Ship to party
Nothing
means
but
from shipment to
customer,
customer.
right? In, in,
Yes.
in one scenario, we call the customer as ship to party. In another scenario, we call the customer as bill to party. What is the table for partner functions of sales order?
LIKP and LIPS.
LIKP and LIPS is for delivery information, product delivery information, and expected delivery date and everything will be in LIKP and LIPS. But
Okay,
what
sir.
about partners? Table is VBPA display. So these are the sales document partners. If you take this sales document, triple one, sorry, one. This is the item. Item is blank. And what is this? PARVW. This is called partner function. What do we call this? Partner function. If you observe the customer ID, Kunar, it is same, right?
Yes,
For all the
sir.
records. But partner function is different. What is AG? Let's check what is AG. AG means there should be a check table for partner functions. You can see that. What is AG? AG is not here. Let's check what is RE.
Ari is not also.
So you have to observe something here. There are conversions. There are conversions in this partner function data. That means for AG, there will be a different conversion code. Let's try here. Go back to the selection screen and partner function. Select the partner function. Select some partner function here. Select ship to party. Ship to party SH and execute. Here, what is the partner function? It is converted to
UE.
WE. But we got the data right. But the
Yes.
conversion partner function available for SH is WE. Okay, clear? WE nothing but ship to party. To whom we are shipping this product? Who is going to receive it? Billing is different. Billing address is different. He is not going to receive the product, right? But in general, ship to party, bill to party are same. Who is ordering the product and who is receiving the product might be same. In a different scenario, you are ordering the product for your friend. Who is ship to party here?
We.
Ship to party is your friend's customer ID. Bill to party, bill to party is it is you who's ordering that product on your billing information, right? Are you guys able to follow? To whom we call the bill to party in SAP terminology? Someone who is ordering the product and who is providing his billing information, address for the billing information, right?
If
We
you are
might
odd,
order the product for others also, right? For
yes.
other
Yes.
address, for others address also, right? Then that address customer, what we call him?
Ship to party.
Ship to party. Okay, but all of them are customers. Depends on the scenario, the terminology will be different. Ship to party, bill to party, sold to party, like that. For all of them, what is the field we use? Kunar. Kunar is the field. Depends on their partner function, we consider them as ship to party, sold to party. What is the table for partner functions?
EBPA.
VBPA. It is also very important table. Okay,
Okay.
so most of the times we used to join VBAK, VBAP, LIKP, LIPS, VBPA, these kind of tables. Okay,
Okay.
now let's go back to our program. Let's create a program using customer as input. Let's save the object in a package. This is not our transport request. Do we have existing transport request for this application? Yesterday, for yesterday's task, we created one transport request.
283.
Is it a relevant transport request for us?
No, sir. That is
No, no,
PO.
right?
Sales.
That is for a different application. That is for
Yes.
a sales or purchase order application. Now we are creating a different application, right? Then close this and create a separate transport request. For example, task 201 This is the first transport request for this application. Sales data report. Each project will have its own naming convention. All right. Okay. So depends on the project naming conventions. You have to provide the transport descriptions. Now, now let's define a parameter. What is the type of Kunar?
Kunag.
Here it is Kunar only, but
Kunag.
let's take it from VBAK. Now let's create a function module to validate the customer ID. So this is a function module for validation. So assign a function group. Always make sure whenever you are assigning a function group, you should not leave this function module with exceptions or errors, because it's going to impact the other function modules available in this function group. Okay, always be careful when you are assigning a function module to a function group. Don't leave that with errors. Okay,
Okay, sir.
so this is my customer. Here it is automatically displaying it as sold to party. So as you said, I'm not defining any parameters, exporting parameters. I'll define exceptions. Invalid customer, right? Go to source code. What is the check table for customer?
KNA1.
Go to foreign key. KNA1 is my check table. Now what type of data object we need to define here? Internal table, work area, or variable?
Work area.
Variable
Very
also fine, right? Since we are taking only single field.
Field. Okay.
For
Yes, sir.
example, LV underscore
Kunag. Kunag.
where
At the rate of I.
sorry,
I. Kunag.
if C is not equal to 0, then what we need to do?
Raise
We don't have any exporting parameter. Then
invalid. Some.
rise exception.
Okay.
so in previous programs, so without any exception, we directly used that exporting
Yeah, we
parameters.
used exporting parameter to return the value, right?
Okay,
But to
sure.
return the value, we have to use exporting parameters only, right?
Okay, sir. If
But
we
just to notify the calling program about the execution status, you don't need to use any exporting parameter. You can use exceptions. right?
Yes, sir.
Here we can understand, okay, is it executed or not by using exceptions. What is the error? It is raised. But without using exporting parameters, you cannot pass the data, pass the output. For example, if you are calculating two numbers, and how can you return the output without exporting parameter? You can't, right?
Yes, sir.
By using exceptions, you can't pass the data. You can just raise the exception to know the errors, right?
Yes. Yes, sir.
Since it's a validation, in this scenario, it is fine. This alternative way of using the validation function module. Go to your program, go to pattern, call your function module, enable the exception, then if equal to 1, what does that mean?
Invalid customer. Valid customer.
Okay,
Okay. Message.
I can remove this. Now my validation is completed. Let's focus on data selection. Now I need to select data from multiple tables like VBAK, VBAP, MAKT. There are many more tables. Let's take 2 or 3 tables. Now let's decide what are the fields I need to select from VBAK. I need VBLN, create a date. Let me take these fields into a notepad, and I need customer. Yeah, these fields are enough from VBAK. Let's go to VBAP, line item data. So what are the primary keys of VBAP? VBLN and POSNR, right?
Yes, sir.
Now I need POSNR Matner from VBAP table. And what else? Let's take quantity, right? Quantity. When we are using quantity, is it make sense without a unit?
Net price.
No, sir.
If you just write 100, what is this 100? Is
Per
it
quantity.
is it 100 kgs, 100 liters, 100 centimeters, 100 meters, 100 miles? What is this? 100 kilometers per hour speed? What is this? We don't know, right?
Yes, sir.
Now it makes sense, right? 100 kg.
Yes, sir.
So we can measure that value, right? Without the unit of measure, we don't know what is that value. Correct? 100 PC. PC means each unit, per unit. Okay. For that, what is that? This one, target quantity in sale units. This one. If you observe this, what is the type of this? Quantity. Quantity. QUAN. For unit, unit. Please observe currency and quantity fields. Currency and quantity fields. These are very important when you are creating the structures tables, because whenever you are using currency or quantity fields, what is mandatory? We need to provide the reference key. For example, let's take this ZMENG and go to currency and quantity fields here. This one, right? ZMENG. What is the reference?
ZI.
VBAP
BAP.
ZIEME. That is the reference unit for quantity. So unit value will be here. Similarly, For currency fields also, we'll be having units. Take this. This is the currency. Target value of agreement. What is the reference field for this?
WAR.
VBAP
Yeah, yeah. Okay.
currency unit.
WAU.
This is currency unit. For example, 100 means what is the value of this? Is it 100 rupees or 100 dollars or 100 euros, 100 pounds? What is this 100? We don't know, right? Depends on the unit. Value will be changed, right? 100 rupees are different, $100 are different, right? Both are not same, right?
Yes, sir.
So that's why whenever we have quantity fields or currency fields, what is mandatory? We need to provide the reference. Okay, reference unit. Okay, clear?
Yes,
So
sir.
this is same when you are creating a custom table structure, you have to provide that reference unit, right? If you take this NETWR, this is net value, and what is the reference? This one, this field, WAERK. This is the key, currency key. Okay, let's take both, and we'll take unit also. Unit in the sense, this one, where is it? Quantity unit. After this, so these are from VBAP. Do you want to take MAKT also?
Yes, sir.
From this, I need material text. Okay, so these are the fields I need to select. Now, what we need to do? Let's create a function module for this to select this data by using customer number. Here we need to call that first function module. What is the input for this function module? What is the input?
Kunnar.
Kunnar.
I'll assign the same function group. Save it. Is it asking the transport request for the second function module?
Already we have
No,
created
sir.
under sale.
That is a different function module, right? That is a different object, right? But this is a new function module, right?
But
Same function
application.
group.
Yeah, because we are using same function group. That's why it is not asking for a separate transport request.
Okay.
Okay. Now,
Okay.
what is the input for this function module?
Kunnar.
Kunar, and
Tag.
type is
Kunnar.
this one. What is the output? Output is that sales order data, right?
Yes.
Combined data of these three tables.
Yes, sir.
For that, how to define it? For that,
We
we
need
need
to
to
define
create
the
a
structure.
structure with required fields. What is a structure? Structure is a
Of
logical
related.
object with some group of fields.
Yes, sir.
This is just some naming convention. Please observe zdemo s underscore sales. So whenever I look at this name, I can easily identify, okay, that might be a
Structure.
structure. Create the structure, select the structure, and provide the data element. And the other fields. Now,
Short description, sir.
yes. Now, what
Okay.
is required? Do we have any currency or quantity fields in this structure?
Yes, sir.
We
Yes.
have a quantity and we have currency. For that, what we need to provide? Go to currency and quantity fields,
Reference
provide the
table.
reference. Provide the reference. You can provide the reference from the same table if you have key field or unit field in the same structure, or we have a master table for currency and quantity fields. You can also use those master table references. Okay, for now use the same structure references, or you can also use VBAK reference. Simply you can also use VBAK reference. Sorry, works is the unit currency unit for this. Let's see, is it going to work or not? It is saving the structure. It is asking for a package. I'm going to use the same package, and it is asking for a transport request. I'm going to add the same the structure to the same transport request which I have created for this application. Enhancement category missing. You know what is enhancement category? So what are the options we need to provide for future enhancements? Can be enhanced. Now activate the structure. Please observe, currency and quantity fields are very important. Double click on this data element or field, works data element, double click, go to domain to find check table for currency key. Go to value range,
Okay.
TCU, TCURC. What is this?
Currency
Currency
master.
codes. You can also provide this as reference table. TCURC WEARS field as reference. Okay. You can also provide this as reference here. In place of this, sorry, not here, here. TUR, the table name, currency master table name, and the field name. You can provide the reference here instead of the structure. If you are not using currency key in your current structure, okay. If you are using, you can refer the same structure and the field name. Let's find the same for quantity. There is this is unit field. Go to value range. T006. What is the master table for unit of measurements? T006. You can also provide this T006 field name MSC. Let me copy that. T006 is the master table for unit of measurements. Here in place of this, you can also provide this. Okay. If you are not using, sorry,
That is
not here,
currency.
here
Yes.
T006 and the field name. You can provide this like this. Okay. But since we have currency unit in the same structure, you can refer, sorry, unit of measurement in the same structure, you can refer to the field, unit field in the same structure. Okay. No changes. Everyone clear, right?
Yes, sir.
Now, are we going to return a single record or multiple records? When we talk about sales order data, what is the input we are passing? Customer ID, right?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
For each customer ID, is there going to have only single sales order or multiple sales orders?
Multiple
There is a
sales.
possibility of multiple sales orders. Then internal table like structure. Then if you provide the structure in exporting parameter, it will be a work area like structure, right? But to make it internal table like structure, what we need?
Table type.
Full type.
Table type. Let's create it as T underscore sales. Create a table type. Provide the line type as structure. Activate. Save it in the same transport request. In the same package. Activate the table type. Now go back. Copy this table type and go to your function module and define the exporting parameter. For table like structure, I'll use like this ET so that I can easily understand. Okay, ET means it's a table like structure. Type. Okay. Like this, you can define internal table like structure. What is the alternative for table type? What is the alternative for table type to define internal table like structure? Go to tables, provide the parameter. For example, IT underscore sales. Like, what you need to use here? Like and the structure name. Don't use table type here. What it is saying?
It's outdated.
Yeah, obsolete. Obsolete means outdated. This table's parameter is obsolete. So it is not preferable. Okay.
Yes.
So alternative thing is, so if you want to still continue, click enter. It will bypass that warning. Okay. But I'm not using tables concept. So we are using exporting parameter with table type. Okay.
Okay,
Clear?
sir.
Now go to, let's use some exception also. No data available. We'll raise this exception if we have no sales data records for that particular customer. Okay. Now tell me how to write the logic here. Select VBAK, VBLN. You can also use for all entries. Depends on your choice. Or let me go to the structure so that I can easily copy and paste all of them in the same order. Please make sure to select records in the same order in the join condition.
Display correct.
VBAK, comma, VBAK, comma. These are from VBAP, right? USNR is from VBAP. Partner is also from VBAP. MAKTX is from MAKT. If you need to change the order, what you need to do? If you need to change the order of these fields, change the order in structure also. Okay?
Okay.
It's not mandatory, but it is very convenient for us if we follow the order. Okay?
Okay, sir.
From VBAK,
Join
inner join,
VBA
VBAP on
equivalent equal to VBA equivalent.
mm,
Inner join MAKT on VBAP partner to MAKT partner to MAKT partner into table where last log kadara.
do we need to define an internal table here?
We can also directly take the exporting
Is it
parameter.
really required? No, right? Because
Yes,
we
sir.
are selecting same fields like structure. What are the fields available in the structure? We are selecting same fields in the same order, right? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
We are using same fields in the same order. So in that case, we don't need to use a separate internal table. You can directly, because both are matching, both are referring to the same structure. This is exporting parameter and this internal table data selection, right? You can directly use exporting parameter. If both are in a different structure, if both are not in sync, what we need to do? We need to select the data into one internal table. Then we need to loop that internal table and we need to append the records to which one? ET underscore sales exporting parameter. Just assume this as a final internal table. ET underscore sales as a final internal table. You need to append records to this ET underscore sales exporting parameter internal table structure. If you are using different selection here, okay? What is the where condition? Where what is our customer? Sorry, what is our condition?
Kuna.
Kunar equal to @im underscore Kunar. If you have multiple parameters for the function module, add and add your multiple select conditions. Clear?
Sorry.
If is not equal to 0, what does that mean? If there is no records available for that particular customer, then raise a
Exception.
exception so that we can handle that issue. We can observe that okay, there is no issue, there is no data available for that customer, and we can display the relevant message for the user. Depends on the subarc value. Okay, clear? That's it, completed. Check the syntax, activate it. Now what is the next step? Call the function module in your program. Go to startup selection, go to pattern, enter the function module name. You can also use F4 help to select the function module. So what is the input for im underscore kunar? P underscore kunar, right? Both are referring to the same type or not? If you have any doubt, go and check. Go to importing parameter. What is the type? KUNAZ. What is the type we are using here? KUNAZ. Okay, both are same. So there is no issue. Enable the exporting and now tell me, to return the data into one data object in the calling program, what we need?
Define
We
data
need one data object here,
Data,
right?
yes, sir.
To hold the data returned by the function module. What type of data object we need here?
internal.
Internal table, right? Because et underscore sales is an internal table like structure, which is referring to a table type. Now define one internal table like structure using data. For example, it underscore sales data type. What is the type of this et underscore sales data? This one, right?
Yes,
Okay, here is the
This
same.
is,
Can I use like this?
yes,
yes,
sir.
sir.
Because I am referring to the table type.
Table
We need
type.
to use type standard
Type
develop.
standard.
Done. If subarc is not equal to 0 or subarc equal to 1, display some message. Message, no data available for the customer. What type of message we need to raise?
Cool.
What type of message? Error or status?
Error.
I think that status message is fine here because it is not an error, right?
Yes, sir.
So for that customer, data is not available. There is no error, right? Customer is a valid customer, but no sales orders created for that customer, right?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. Yes.
Nothing wrong with that. Like if you have a bank account, doesn't mean that you should have some transactions, right?
Yes, sir.
Still, you are a valid customer. So even you can display error message also, but here in this scenario, status message is fine.
Okay, sir.
Now, if you have data, if it underscore sales data is initial, then display that output. Okay, clear?
So if you want to sort that internal
You can
table,
sort it before displaying the data. Sort the internal table if you want. Sales data by which one you want to sort? By VBLN, Postner, item data. You can add more
direct.
fields.
Okay, sir. When we are passing it to the exporting parameter, there we cannot write sort, sir. Like,
There also you can sort it before passing to the exporting parameter.
okay, sir.
Activate the program. Now execute. What we are missing? Selection text. Maintain the selection text. Customer. Activate this. Go back. Execute the program. It is not displaying the F4 help for some reason. Let's try like this. Instead of data element, we'll take KNA1 hyphen KUNNR field name, table name hyphen field name. Let's try this. It should display some default F4 help, right? From foreign key. Yeah. Now it is displaying the F4 help. So what are the customers? We have some data. Let's try this. Execute. No data. Why? I can't see any. Even there is no message. Execute. Provide the input. Execute. Function module is executed successfully. Subarc is 0. No exceptions are raised because it's a valid customer. Let's check the data. Here also sub RC 0. How many records we are able to select?
Three.
Three
Three records.
records.
Record.
Oh, why it is not displaying the output then?
Huh?
Oh, don't shock.
Mute.
Tell me the answer. Observe the code, why it is not displaying the output. There is data, right? How many records are there in the
Three
output?
records are there,
Three records are there.
sir.
Then why it is not displaying the output?
Because sort
Because of sort. What sort will do? It will just sort the records.
data.
5T is initial we are giving, sir.
Ah, that's what. Is initial means if it
No
is
data.
empty.
Yes, sir.
If it is empty, then execute these statements. That's what you guys need to observe, right? Is
Not
not
H.
initial. Okay.
Yes.
So this is the output. Okay. Is everyone clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So going forward, we should modularize every program. And here also, you guys should use message class, not hard-coded messages. You should use
Message
message
class.
class.
Okay, sir.
You know, right, how to create message class?
Yes,
Yes.
sir.
Yes, sir.
Whenever you create any assignment, I should not see hard-coded text here. I should I should be able to see the message number. Okay? Message class and the message number. Clear?
Yes, yes, sir.
And this
Yes,
should be a
sir.
constant. This type should be a constant. If at all you need to use this one. Okay?
Yes, sir.
And if you are using any hard-coded text anywhere, that should be a text symbol like this. Don't use hard-coded text. Instead of this, go to text symbols. For one, provide for one. It will automatically generate that number. You don't need to worry about this number. Enter valid customer, activate it. And in place of hard-coded text, not in
Text
single quotes. Don't use single quotes. Text hyphen double
0,
zero
0.
one.
Okay, sir.
If you need to pass this kind of types, can we use text symbol? No, don't use. Use constant. What is the length of this message type? One, right? Char one, right?
One.
Yes, sir.
Define a constant. For example, cx underscore e. E means error, or you can also use error or type c value in capital letters E. Then instead of this message type, hard-coded text, provide the constant. Okay, clear? For codes, don't use text symbols, use constants. For general text, use text symbol. Okay, here also for this also you can create a separate constant with value yes and pass it here. Okay, so in your code there should not be any hard-coded text. Everything should be in the form of text symbols or constants. Okay, follow that practice. That is very important. Even if you implement a complex functionality with the 10,000 lines of code, and if you don't follow proper naming standards, proper programming guidelines, your program is not going to be approved to release it to test system. Okay, clear?
Okay.
We have
Yes,
a
sir.
lot of other checks before going to release your program to the test system. Your lead will perform lot of tests or ask you to perform lot of code review or code quality checks. If you go to program, check, what is this? We call this as SLIN, extended program check. Run this program check. Select these additional checkboxes also. Then execute the run checks. It will check your code whether it is following proper programming guidelines or is there any obsolete statements using. Everything will be checked here. Okay. Check the errors, warnings, and messages. Errors are high priority issues we should fix at any cost. Warnings are second priority. Messages are third priority. So mostly we should fix errors and warnings. How many errors we have?
One
There is
error.
one error.
Like
Character
One
string
error,
error.
one
Character string error. How many warnings?
one
one
Programming
programming
guidelines. One
guidelines.
exactly.
warning is there. Let's check what is this error. Double click on this. What is this?
Without test elements are
Strings
not
without
translated.
text elements are
Not.
not translated. It is saying that you are using hard coded text. It cannot be translated into different language when a different language customer is using this application. Hard coded text cannot be translated to different language. For that, what we need to use? We need to use text symbols.
Bra-
Okay,
Yes, sir.
there is a warning. Programming guidelines. Do not declare fields and field symbols IT globally. What is this? IT globally. What we declared? So let's fix the first error. What is the first error we have?
Hard coded
Hard
text.
coded text. Instead of this, go to selection text, maintain the text symbol. The other thing is, it is saying that don't declare global internal table with IT. Let's try GT, the naming convention. It's not a syntax error, but it is error with naming convention. Now check it. Extended program check. Check for obsolete statements also. Run check. Now we still have one programming guidelines error, but error is gone. It is saying that
Error gone.
uh, do not declare fields and field symbols globally. It is saying that don't declare these internal tables in the global declarations. When you declare it in the top right, that is a global object that will be accessible to all include programs, subroutines, function modules. Sorry, not function modules. All include programs and subroutines. So to suppress this error or to suppress this warning, what we can do? They have provided one code here. Copy this hash needed, double hash needed. If you think that is required and you should keep it, then you can bypass that warning using this code. Where is it? Here. Place that code here. Hash needed. But in projects, it is not recommended. As long as it is, if it is really required, then only we should add these codes to bypass that error, to bypass that check. Okay. Sorry. That is it. Check. Okay. It introduced new errors. I think we need to use this. Needed. Check. Extended program check. It is still there. On which line it is? Line number 9. Maybe dot is not required. Let's check. Okay, it's still there, but it should be bypass. Maybe let me change the position. Is it the code? Is the right code? Hash needed. Okay. Anyway, it is getting late for you. So this is how you can bypass the errors if it is really required, if it is really important. You need to keep this code here at that statement. Okay. Whatever the code it is, it will display in the extended program check. In check, right? So that is SLIN check. There is one more check. What is that? ATC. ABAP test cockpit. ATC check. Check that. So creating program is not enough. Your program should follow all the programming guidelines. Execute checks, select your program and execute checks. For example, if you are not sorting the internal table before for all entries, if you are not deleting the duplicates before for all entries, all these errors will be captured here. If you are using binary search without sorting the internal table, right? These kind of errors will be captured here. So there is one priority 3 error. Priority 3 is a low priority error. If it is 1 or 2, they are critical errors. So what is the error? Inconsistency in the SAP configuration of time zone. What is this? Prerequisites. So inconsistency in the configuration for the time zone in the A4 system. Therefore, the result of cache SLIN cannot be used. So it is not related to program, but this is related to some system configuration. You can ignore this. Okay, you can ignore this message.
Okay, sir.
So this is how we need to check your program before going to submit for release. Okay, is everyone clear? What are the two important checks we need to do? SLIN check and ATC. Okay,
Okay, sir.
Yes, sir.
so please practice using these two checks because these are very common practice in any project in these days, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, guys. So tomorrow I'll let you know the timings. Tomorrow we'll try to create ALV reports. ALV reports, for ALV reports, function modules are the basics. So we have covered the function modules. So tomorrow we'll see ALV reports, the actual reports what we create in the projects to display the output, not the CL demo output what we use. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay, guys. Catch you tomorrow.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you, sir.